carrier. The Beco is one of my favorite baby carriers. It's very stylish, very versatile, and extremely strong and comfortable. So I'm going to show you a few of the features available for the Beco Gemini that puts it apart from the rest of the crowd of baby carriers. Okay, so first of all, here we are at the Beco Gemini site. As we look through, we can see that it is very colourful, very stylishly made, and available in many different styles. When they first introduced the new 2011 spring catalogue, to be honest, I wasn't too sure. I was a fan of the old version to begin with. As you can see, the old version here had a full coloured body and black headrest and base, whereas the new version is now a standard tone solid body with the coloured headrest. It's growing on me though. I'm starting to really like it now. I do think it looks stylish, and as you can see, many different colours available, and they look good on women or men. One of the beauties of the Beco is we dads can carry the baby carrier just as easily as the mom, and it looks good. It looks just as good on us as it does on the women. One of the major features of the Beco then, if we go down and take a look at the features here, we will see that number 1 and 2, the headrest and the D-rings. One of the major features of the Beco is the headrest here, and what happens, this is the headrest folded down, and if you have a young baby that does not yet have head or neck control of his own, then you can fold this headrest up and it will sit behind the baby's head to control the head movement, so his head won't wobble around and it won't become dangerous. We can see that here if we go to the carrying positions. As you can see, we have front carrying baby carrier, so the baby carrier on the front of the parent, and here we have the baby carrier up, the headrest up, and here the headrest is down. Obviously they're different coloured baby carriers, but both are the Gemini. You may also find, if your baby is a little bigger, that if you're back carrying, then you may want to put the headrest up, so the baby has a headrest on your back and he can sleep or he'll be more comfortable. Some babies won't want it, and you can have the headrest down. So it's the versatility. It allows you to change and put the headrest in whichever position is most suitable for your child. Okay, the other features, obviously the Beco is a wide and tall bodied baby carrier, which means it can be used for any size baby. As your baby grows, the baby will still be put in a good ergonomic position and a safe position within the baby carrier. So once it gets a certain size, it won't become unsafe to use. It can be used for any size baby, and that's important if you're looking for that one desert island baby carrier. But one of the most important features of the Beco baby carrier has to be the wide padded waist belt, and this is what puts it apart from the regular baby wraps and some of the baby carriers that are available on the market. Now, as your baby gets too big, what often happens with baby carriers that don't have these belts is the weight of the baby is spread across your shoulders and back. And regular wraps, if you're using a stretchy wrap or a woven wrap, all of the weight is across your shoulders and back, which is fine when your baby is small. When it's a newborn, that's no problem. But once your baby gets to a certain size and it gets a little heavier, the weight, if you're carrying that weight across your back and shoulders, you won't be able to carry it very long. It will be really bad for your neck, really bad for your shoulders, and possibly after 20 minutes you'll have to put him down. With this belt, however, it basically spreads the entire weight of your baby across your hips. It's like a backpack. And by spreading the weight across your hips, it means the weight is off your shoulders, off your upper back, and you're able to carry the baby for much longer distances and for much more time. So it's an excellent addition to a baby carrier, and the best baby carriers will have this waistband, and the Beco one is extremely good. As I said earlier, the Beco is good for men and women, and it's also just as good for large men and large women as it is for small men and small women. And this is because it has both adjustable straps at the top If you have a particularly large chest, you can adjust the straps to make them larger. It also has the adjustable waist belt from 28 inches to 57 inches, which should cover the majority of people. It's also very comfortable. You have the extra wide padded shoulders, which allow you to carry the baby without having the straps cutting into your shoulders, which is a problem with some baby carriers, it has to be said. Alright, one of the most important features of the Beco, which is present in very few baby carriers, is the special patented safety buckles. Now, one of the problems with some baby carriers has been in the past that these buckles that hold the baby carrier to you can be unbuckled accidentally. Maybe by you or your baby. It is possible for him to unbuckle a regular buckle accidentally, and of course if that happens, that's extremely dangerous, as the baby carrier and baby will fall. So what the Beco does is it uses its third lock buckles, which means they cannot be opened accidentally. Now if we take a look at the user manual, we'll see that these third lock buckles make it extremely safe. As you know, usually you push the buckles in from the sides, and once you've pushed in both of those sides, the buckle can be unclipped. Now the problem is with this that if you push on both of these sides accidentally, it's easy for the baby to slip out, as I said before. But with the Beco, they have this new third lock safety buckle. So which means to unlock the baby carrier, you need to push in the sides, but as well as that, you need to push on the top. And when you do all three of these things at the same time, the buckle can be released. Now, the good thing is that for the side ones you need one hand, and the top one you need another hand. That means you need two hands to be able to do this properly, which means there is no way that your baby can unlock the baby carrier accidentally. Okay, over to my favorite feature of the Beco. The Beco sits the baby in the proper ergonomic position. Now what does this mean? It means that your baby is seated in the frog position, which means his legs are splayed sideways out of the baby carrier. If anything, the knees should be above the hips. Okay, this is the proper position. Some baby carriers set the baby with the legs pointing downwards, and this can apparently, if you have the legs pointing downwards, it can, for boys especially, it can cause pain and problems in the groin area, and apparently can lead to hip dysplasia, which is not good. So the baby carrier should always hold your baby's legs out sideways like a frog. Now this is fine. Now it's obvious that different babies require different sized baby carriers for this to happen. For example, for a very small baby, his knees are going to be closer together, and so maybe if the baby carrier is fixed at this width, his legs won't be able to bend, and he'll end up with his legs sticking right out, which is not good. That would be dangerous. So the Beco offers this width alternating base, which means you can make the base of the baby carrier smaller or larger depending on the size of your baby. So if your baby is bigger, you can have the baby carrier set to the full width, and your baby's legs will be splayed like the frog style. If your baby happens to be smaller, then you can bend in the base of the baby carrier, and your baby legs will also be sprayed in the frog style, but because his legs are smaller, the baby carrier is fixed to a smaller level. So it caters for all size babies, which means basically the Beco can be used from very small babies to very large babies. With the base changing and the headrest, there's no reason why you can't use it for newborns and large babies. Which of course brings it on to the rest of the versatility of the Beco. As well as being able to be used for very small and very large babies, you can also use it for all styles of carrying. We have the 4-in-1 baby carrier positions carried on the front, both facing the parent and facing out, and you also have hip and back carry. So as you can see, overall, if you're looking for that desert island baby carrier, that one baby carrier to fit all, the Beco should be it. Thanks for listening.